The rise of the Orange King, Trump's dark reign. It all began as a whisper, a rumor circulating in the darkest corners of the internet. Some claimed that Donald Trump wasn't just a former president, he was planning something much darker, something none of us could even comprehend. At first, it seemed like just another absurd conspiracy theory, but I had a feeling it was more than that, and I was about to discover just how true that was. I worked as a low-level tech specialist for a government contractor. My job was simple: monitor encrypted communications, make sure nothing slipped through the cracks. But one night, during a routine scan, I intercepted a file. It wasn't unusual to find sensitive documents, but this one was different. The file was sent from Trump's old communications team, still operating in the shadows. Buried deep within the mountain of documents was a single image. It showed Trump, his usual pompous face, but surrounded by strange, glowing symbols. His hands were bound with chains, and his eyes glowed an unnatural red. Beneath the image were words written in a language I didn't recognize. Panic set in as I ran the text through a translation program. The message was terrifying. The world will bend to my will. No one will oppose me. I will rule everything. I was stunned. I thought it was a sick joke or a piece of propaganda, but my gut told me it wasn't. I had to know more, so I dug deeper into the files. What I found was worse than I could have imagined. Trump wasn't just planning to control America, he wanted the world, but not in the way you'd expect from a typical power-hungry leader. He wasn't just after wealth or fame. No, his goal was much darker, more sinister. He had discovered an ancient society that had secretly controlled the world's most powerful leaders for centuries, and Trump believed he could replace them. This was no ordinary man. He had spent years studying occult rituals, ancient texts, and dark magic in his quest for power. His followers weren't just loyal politicians. They were part of a global network, planting the seeds for his rise to absolute control. The files I uncovered showed a step-by-step plan to manipulate global events, overthrow governments, and slowly turn the world into a puppet show for Trump to control. Then one day, it happened. I was sitting at my desk when a live broadcast began. Trump was on the screen, but he looked different. His eyes glowed red the same way they had in the image. The crowd in front of him cheered wildly, their faces blank, their eyes glazed over. It was as if they were under some kind